What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Beat Church. Episode 7, Matters of the Heart. Plus, I got a new sidechain method in Ableton that I want to share with everybody. Let's see here. Got a lot going on today. Got a child, or rather an adult, graduating from college today. That's crazy. Got another one coming out of high school soon too. So lots going on. It's going to be a busy day. No doggy cam, as you can see. JoJo's being a bit of a brat lately. I don't think she can handle the fame personally. But yeah, I'm gonna run through some stuff here. Let's get into the word real quick. Actually, I wanted to say something about matters of the heart. This is one of life's little secret that can help lead to happiness. We all want more of that, right? It's something that changes you internally, which is a bigger theme of what I've been going through and learning about and whatnot from the Bible and the teachings of Jesus. But yeah, something I learned early on in my journey to healing after, passing through the darkness, if you will, maybe had one foot still in. I'm talking about the mind-heart connection. A lot of times when we're making decisions, we think with our mind, we react with our mind and not with our heart. And sometimes that can lead to bad decisions, depending on where you're at and maybe where your heart's at. But actually thinking about that when you make decisions, when you react. So imagine like a cord, like a cable connecting your mind and your heart. You got to plug those two things in. I feel like we start off life, and depending on your journey in life, maybe you never make that connection, or we just think with our minds. So yeah, I try to run my my thoughts through my heart, right? So mind, heart, out the mouth should be the path. So with that, let me read you a little passage here. This is from Matthew 15:20 through 10. We're jumping in kind of in the middle of the story here, but like I said, I don't have all day. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep it quick for you guys. So excuse me. Jesus called the crowd together again and said, "Pay attention and try to understand what I mean. The food that you put into your mouth doesn't make you unclean and unfit to worship God. The bad words that come out of your mouth are what make you unclean." After Jesus and his disciples had left the crowd and gone into the house, they asked him what these sayings meant. He answered, "Don't you know what I'm talking about by now? You surely know that the food that you put into your mouth cannot make you unclean. It doesn't go into your heart, but into your stomach, and then out of the body." By saying this, Jesus meant that all foods were fit to eat. Then Jesus said, "What comes from your heart is what makes you unclean. Out of your heart come evil thoughts, vulgar deeds, stealing, murder, unfaithfulness in marriage, greed, meanness, deceit, indecency, envy, insults, pride, and foolishness. All of these come from your heart, and they are what make you unfit to worship God." With that, I hope that tiny little nugget might touch someone else's heart, or help somebody else keep them out of maybe a potentially bad situation. People that are doing these acts that were just listed either have a bad heart, which needs to be fixed, or they're not thinking at all through their heart. They're just thinking with their mind. They're thinking from a place of selfishness. Okay, quite the word. Let that soak in. Let's get into the music stuff. So, again, we've got another classic here, unreleased from the hard drive archive, 2021. Looks like this is the 15th track I made in 2021, according to the title of the track here. So I'm just going to play through it. I'm going to run through this sidechain thing, maybe do some mixing, maybe do some mastering, Yeah, let's get into it. I think you get the idea. See if I still have this distortion plug in here. Looks like probably not. Nope. Bummer. So, yeah, old track 2021. Right now I'm just going through and trying to find all these missing plugins because OCD will not let me continue until that little error at the bottom is gone. I'm sure whatever these were sounded cool. That and getting rid of stuff that's just been turned off for 4 years. Probably don't need it. Okay. Just running through my normal gain staging stuff here. Just clipping the tips off all these groups. Okay, so the new side chaining method that I'm probably going to be using going forward. Well, let me show you the old one first. Okay, so this is no side chaining. Obviously, just a baseline, so you can kind of hear where the problem is that I've been having. Okay. Yeah. So have two brick wall limiters. If you have Ableton, just type in brick wall. It'll pop up as a compressor. What do you call that? Preset, I guess. I set one as the kick brick wall limiter, one as the snare brick wall limiter, and then I have sidechain on for both of those. One feeding from the kick, one from the snare, EQ on. I've played with all these EQ settings trying to... The problem is I have these clicks. I think a lot of people have this problem actually, based on the interwebs. Older Ableton compressors, like Ableton 8, or Ableton 9 and older, didn't have this issue with the same compressor apparently. So... attack, release, ratio. You can get the clicks to minimize, but they don't ever, completely go away. And actually the same thing with the other sidechain method, but it's much cleaner. So that's the old sidechain method. I have those on this bass group, and then usually copy and paste those onto the tops group. The clicks don't happen as much on the tops group. This is mostly like a low end issue. Okay. Okay, so there's no side chaining at all, which sounds great when you're soloing the bass, but that's not how mixing works. The new method is on the end. I have an envelope follower here on the end of the kick routing, and then another one on the snare, set to remote on both. And then you want to map these to two utilities. I've renamed these utilities sidechain for kick and snare. So that those envelope followers, every time the kick hits, sends a signal to that. That signal is then mapped to, well, I have it on the bass group so that it'll duck any, if I have multiple basses, it'll duck all of them. But it's bringing down the gain on that utility. And then from there, I'm adjusting this gain here on the kick and the snare for more or less ducking instead of pulling down the threshold on the compressor. So I'm gonna, I just started doing this morning, so still lots to learn there, I'm sure. But I think that's the method I'm gonna use going forward and try to perfect it. Okay, so you'll probably have to have headphones on or some good speakers to hear this, maybe. If you're at the grocery store blasting it out of your phone speaker, you're not gonna really hear it, So I'm just gonna push the gain up. Don't be that person, by the way. I'm gonna push the gain up on this envelope follower on the kick, and listen to the bass line, and you'll hear the ducking. Let's get to this more pronounced area. Here we go. Oh, something super, super important that I should probably mention. I'll just be that guy that leaves you hanging. Tell you to buy my masterclass if you want the rest of the secrets. On the envelope follower, you want to change this setting to 50. I think by default this is 0 and then 100. You want to change this to 50 and this to 0. This is pushing your utility to 0, 50% of the way. So let's look at that utility. So this is 50% right here. Over yonder is 0. If you don't change that, you're going to be starting at 0 and then going to 100. You're going to be pushing your bass louder every time your kick hits. Literally the opposite of what you want to be doing. So yeah, make sure you do that. Your rise and fall here are the equivalent of your attack and decay on a compressor. If you really want to pronounce it or whatever. Oh no, we ran out of music. Oh no, the stream died. Oh no, Ableton died. Nope, it's just we're just locked up. Well, kids, you got all the goods. I definitely kept it short. I don't know if I'm actually still streaming or not. I think we got to upgrade, dude. It's happening too often. You got all of the good stuff compact in the episode, assuming it's still streaming. I literally got through everything I was planning on, like all the knowledge I was planning on dropping. So that's sweet, assuming we're still streaming and recording. The rest was just going to be mixing all this. So I got to figure out what's going on here. Such is the life. Well, that's the reality of live streaming. May redo this one. Who knows? Maybe talking to myself. Who knows? With that, I hope you've learned something today. I know I did. Live streaming is rough. let's just wrap it. I do have a ton of stuff to get to today, so hopefully this is a cool, compact little episode here. If not, maybe I'll redo it on a less busier day. Cross my fingers, say a couple of prayers, hope that things don't lock up like they've done twice now. With that, you know the deal. Praise God, make beats. You guys have a beautiful day. Peace.